Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Israel, Shabbat Shalom, World War III update and walking perfectly part 2. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High. Okay. All praises, y'all climb on in. Let's get her done. Bing, bing, bing. Got us a World War III update. And NehemiYAH going to be doing his walking perfectly part 2. And he started last night. Shabbat Shalom, family. You over there drawing me, little baby? It's all good. All right, look, we already live. Hebrew Solomon Mack, my brother Odelia. What's the word? Yeah, Iran shot down a Ukrainian airliner. That was a few days ago. Had 170 something people on there. Some were Canadians. Yeah, it's going down. We gonna talk about today. Russia took their stand with Iran and aggressively approached a United States warship. So we're gonna show a video and an article on that. NehemiYAH gonna read something out to Josephus concerning birthdays and all that, and then he's gonna jump into the script. Walking perfectly, part 2. Shalom, Print Blake, my brother. What's the word? Check to the Nazarenes, Akti, Shabbat Shalom, Marcus Israel, Solomon Mack, Emuna Ariella, Adoniah, Troy Thomas. Y'all in the building. All right, what I'm about to do real quick, y'all hit the thumbs up, the like. I'm about to go ahead and share this video and then this article, and then we're going to go ahead and get her done. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High for allowing us to come together once again on another Shabbat, a weekly feast to throw down on this word. Hallelujah. 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 All praise, glory, and honor. That's right. That's right, young soldier. All right, so look, let me do a screen share real quick. NehemiYAH, what's up? You up here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Performing great and mighty works from the phone.
Shabbat Shalom, Greg Paul. Aliyah Bat Yasher Allah. Shabbat Shalom. All right. Bobby Davis, Shabbat Shalom. Mina J. Shabbat Shalom, Mina. Mina J, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My sister, Queen Tings. The armor of Yah. That's right, all praise to our king and priest, Andre Ingram. Y'all in the building today, look like y'all piling on in. NehemiYAH gonna come on up here real quick. Talk about this World War III update. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. Feel me? Real thing this.
Real thing.
The war drums are beating. And y'all, of course, it gets worse before it gets better. But of course.
Shalom, everybody. How y'all doing out there? Ladies and children, women have filled up the front row already. You brothers at your local, pull up. Let the women fill up the front row already. Oh, shalom, everybody. Oh.
That's the first one. If you do the screen share, that's the first one.
Okay, bro.
Breaking. And then that's the article right there.
Russian. Okay, yeah. We'll definitely read through those deals. Told our Bob.
Oh, good.
All right. Let me see what you looking like on this charger. All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom. What's going on? 12 tribes. Athlete, appreciate you. Yeah, he's straight. Shabbat shalom to you as well. Shabbat shalom to everybody that's out here. We got young Isaiah over there playing guard on the door. Look at the young Israelite security. Already ready for war. Already ready for war. All right, y'all. We're going to kind of top off last night. I want to hit on a few things. Sometimes when things come along, you know what I'm saying, and people have questions, and because the whole thing is that we have to realize that the Most High has called us to be a holy people unto himself. You see what I'm saying? And so when we understand that, you have to, like I had talks about marriages, right? So, and this is kind of like a little prelude before we get into class about walking perfect. Because in order to walk perfect with the Most High, you have to let America go. You have to let every remnant and mindset of this captivity out of your mind. Understand why the Most High dealt with Israel in the wilderness. Why? Because he had to send them to the wilderness. Shalom, Troy. Shalom to you and your family, and your lovely wife and everybody. When you understand the Most High took us out of Egypt, don't it make sense that he would have to sit you still? Now, we had the oratory in the earth. How we know that? We know that Adam knew how to sacrifice. You know, Cain and Abel knew what the first fruits were, you know what I'm saying? Because they presented the fruits and sacrifices. We understand Abraham knew. Everywhere he went, he built an altar. You know what I'm saying? Under the instructions of the Most High, he understood the sacrifices. Noah knew what was clean and unclean animals. We read that yesterday. 7 clean, 2 unclean on the boat. Right. What you got? Anything you got on your mind, Spirit? You want to get off real quick? I'm just point talking right now. Kind of prelude, you know, we talk about the war thing a little bit, and I'm touch on birthdays right now. I'm just talking about the little marriage thing. I understand, point on the record, you want to cover your wife according to the quote laws of the land, but the laws of the land is just contracts. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we sent out the Hebrew covenant, you know what I'm saying? You can share and file. It has a notary. Once it's notarized, that is a state representative. I send it to you.
What's up? Yeah.
I sent it to you. Yeah. Okay, come on.
My woman ain't talking to me.
I'm about to get done real quick. So I think what it is. This Giddy right, boy. Hey, a mighty warrior right there, boy. Hey, look. Hey, he's small, solid stature, bro. That boy,
out of order.
Out of order, bro. Hey, look, I went off. I went way off. You're like, boy, look. Listen, this is the funny part. He actually tried to. Hey, let's guys a city right there. Boy, what? Talking about woman? Hey, look. Hey, order must be established at the gates, bro. Real talk. And listen, and the brother can never get mad at righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? As soon as my wife come in and speak, he better open his lips. I'm going to be right back on his neck.
I can say shalom, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they gonna tell you what you say to my wife now. You just had this whole dialogue.
You gave a whole, what do you, baby?
I ain't give her nothing. I ain't give her
nothing. Yeah.
Hey, boy, she was on it too. Like, I didn't know what she said. She was trying to get you to tell me something. Like, no. Then when she finally said it, he said, hey, hallelujah, man, hallelujah. Hey, look, man, you gotta have fun in this truth, but you gotta be real in this truth. You know what I'm saying? You gotta establish this thing, because the Most High does not want us to be a part of confusion. And if you don't want confusion, then set order. You do it with your children, your job do it with you. Even the prison systems you go to, they do it with you. There's order in every construct of this life you walk through. So how you get to God and everything is free, and everybody can be out of control and do what they want to do? There is a God that honors that. It ain't the God of the Bible, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we was talking about with the marriage license, right? So before 1863, everybody was what? Everybody was slaves, right? So in 1863, did anybody marry pigs, horses, cows? Did anybody marry their barns, sheds, porches, houses, windows, they plows? You don't marry property.
Nah.
You were property. So before the 1800s, did the black man never been married, or did he have a different understanding of what marriage is? Right? Now, if you want to contract your marriage, it's like you do with anything. You drop in articles of organization. You see what I'm saying? Put your wife, your name, your children on there, and you go down there and you can file it with the business license and incorporate your household. That's one option. Other option is you can get the covenant thing that we have if you want it. Our email is in the description bar. Email us. Matt will forward it to me, or he'll forward it out, or whatever. You can even hit Poppy up if any of y'all got it. Poppy has it. She's good at passing it around. If you ain't on our list, you want to get on our email distribution list to get information like this. Accommodations for your religious beliefs that works, meaning you can wear your fringes, your hair wraps, off on the Shabbats, stuff like that. Use the word, but don't abuse it. Use it against it. Only thing you want to have documented: name changes. Name changes don't cost nothing. Now, in some states, they probably do, but you can go down and request a name change. That's not even hard work. If you're in Missouri, again, hit me up. I got the documents. I'll send them to you. Then if you don't got them, I see the Missouri version, so you at least have a rubric of what to look for in your own personal state. That makes sense? So you can name change, and then look, you give your children your name anyway when they're born. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely ways to work around. But so understanding that we had a different understanding of marriage, you don't need the ring. Do I have one? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need it. And then I'm saying she ain't wearing it. But I did have it. I did have it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did have it. You know, just like some of my brothers kept pagan holidays with their families, and it's true. Going off. But we learn. We learn it. You're talking to a people who have lost their culture. This is part of that 40 years of being in the wilderness I just talked about. This is why the Most High had to sit us down. And then after he sat us down, what did he do? He went to go get it in writing. He made it what you would call today legal. Put it on record.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And you have it. Now, the next other things about birthdays, right? Birthdays was something that you picked up along the way while you was here. You see what I'm saying? Nowhere in these scriptures that you see where birthdays were observed, and when you do see birthdays being observed, guess what was followed? Hey, say it a little bit louder for me.
Herod and Pharaoh.
Hey, look, you saw death, didn't you?
Yeah.
And death not to those people, but to who? To us. Do me real quick. I said real quick. Give me Genesis 40 and 20 real quick.
40 and 20.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go here real quick. Just tap on a few things about birthdays, and we just talked about marriages. And you want any more? We can talk about it later. But you don't see these things. They'll go to one place in the Bible, and they'll go to Tobit and say, well, you got to have something right. You see what I'm saying? One, we've been learning this Bible the whole time. We just said last night, and according to script, came one or two of one witness can prove what? Nothing. You can't accuse a man of sin. One witness is nothing. Don't even let Hebrews, who know they Hebrews, one line. You see what I'm saying? If it was permitted for that to be done, then go in the Torah and show the law. If God wants you to know, he don't play with it. He say, don't lie with a man as you do with, lie with a man with another man as you do with a woman. It's an abomination. You ain't got to guess at that. You know what I'm saying? If you're supposed to be thief, you steal, you pay back 7 times, he'll let you know that. If you got to guess what God really want, then he must don't want. There's no guessing games with the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So, Fad have a question. All right. Did y'all? Yeah. There's multiple witnesses that's here in the lobby with you, Fad Ryder. There's multiple witnesses from last night, from days before, from doing the feast. So the answer would be Khan with Khan. He asked, I have a question. Did y'all really cast out devils? Stomped them out. You hear me? And boy, had one that was so strong, picked me up and threw me. Facts. I was so. I ain't never been handled like that before. Little joker. Ain't even no more than about, about 125, 130? Handled.
He probably be in the chat under Trevor Geis. I asked him.
Yeah, he'll be in the chat probably under Trevor Geis. And his father, Azarel, he'll be in here probably as well too. And they look. He said, my son ain't been the same since that happened. So the answer to that is yes, the testimony and those who hold the testimony quite often are in here. You have other people that are witnesses that are in here as well. So we'll hit this birthday so we can see what happened during birthdays, because you don't see no word in the Bible. And there's a book called Childhood Witchcraft. Google it, get a hold of it. A lot of stuff about the hats, the candles, and the cake, all that. All satanic. You know what I'm saying? So we understand that we recognize when we was born. And then this, nothing about birthdays that you learn too. If I was born in January the 16th or January the 11th this year, this time next year, January 11th ain't the same day. You keep the same day, but the days don't fall on the same. The Hebrew calendar don't move like this. Another reason how you know it ain't ours. Your birthday is January the 11th every year. Now you can say it was about this time of the season, this far past the feast, and then boom, I got it. You see what I'm saying? So 793. Those pages on 793.
Oh, I got it.
Mark. All right, all praises. So we're gonna read this and see a couple of things that happen in the Bible during birthdays, and ain't none of them being observed by Israel. Go ahead, give me that Genesis 40 and 20.
This is chapter 40, verse 20. And it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday.
So it was Pharaoh's birthday. Is Pharaoh an Israelite?
Nah.
Is Pharaoh a Shemite?
Not at all.
Pharaoh is a what? Canaanite and Hamite. Egyptian. So Mizraim, Tom. So he's definitely not a part of the Shemitic, you know what I'm saying, culture. So this is Pharaoh keeping it. Let's keep going.
That he made a feast unto all his servants, and he lifted up his head of the chief butler and of the chief baker, again his servants. So among his servants.
Among his servants. So I always want you to understand is the Pharaoh was keeping this. Now I'm gonna jump for time's sake for the story. This is a story where Joseph was in prison, right? And Joseph was able to interpret dreams. So the one servant was put to death and hanged. He had a dream. So he was put to death, he was hung, and the birds was eating his flesh, right? And then the other one was free. So he went and told Pharaoh, listen, you got this dream about these famines and whatever we didn't call it out. But he was having a dream about these dreams and nobody in his whole cipher. So what happened, he said, well, there's a man down in the prison who can do that. That was an Israelite. So Joseph came out, interpreted the dream in 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine, and he became Imran. According to Egypt writings, he became Imran, which is what? The overseer. So that's what he was. Give me Matthew 14, 6 through 10. Matthew. So again, when you see, you don't see nowhere in the Bible where nobody kept Jesus' birthday, any of the disciples, apostles' birthdays. You don't see nobody celebrating Christ's birthday. Christ said, remember my death, not my birth. Remember my death until I return. Right?
Yeah.
So you don't see no birthdays being celebrated. Shalom, grandpa babies.
Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right, so let's go ahead and read this.
14, right?
Now, Matthew 14,
14,
6 through 10.
6 through 10. 14.
Shalom, day. Shabbat.
14, 6 through 10.
Yeah, 14, 6 through 10. And so, again, we just went over dealing with marriage. Marriage is not what you thought. This piece of paper, if this piece of paper is the significance of you being married, then a black man never was married before 1800s, right? We're going to Matthew now. Matthew 14, Malak, and we're going through verses 6 through 10. Right? You got your Bible, you over there free, huh? All right, so Matthew chapter 14, 6 through 10 again.
I don't know where it's at. Go to the table of contents in the front. Matthew.
All right, so we have Matthew chapter 14. Go ahead and read that first verse. Huh?
Matthew chapter 14, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
But when Herod's birthday was kept, let me read that over. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of HERBAL danced before them, and pleased Herod.
Mm-hmm.
Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, give me the head, give me here John the Baptist's head in a charger.
So what you see right here is that Herod, right, who was an unrighteous king, right, not even Israelite appointed king over Israel, right, sent her looking at this daughter, and because he lusted after her, coveted after her so much, he said, I give you whatever you want, I make an oath to it. So because, read the story, required that they wanted John the Baptist. Now, who was John the Baptist? Was he a Hebrew?
Yeah.
Oh. It was an Israelite. From what tribe? You know what tribe he was from?
Levi.
Yep, tribe of Levi. Because Zechariah and Elizabeth, if you read Luke chapter 1, you'll see, and we'll go over that, because they was actually found righteous and they kept all the commandments of God. Perfectly. So it can be possible that you can keep these commandments perfectly. If you don't, because you're entertaining your flesh more than your spirit. It's just what it is. All right, let's keep going. We have verse 9.
And the king was sorry, nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her.
So he was trying to be a big shot boss caller, got the servants, his homies there. So yeah, you know how you talk when you feeling good. Yeah, girl, it's easy work. I give you whatever you want. Until she asks you for that thing that you just like, ooh. But then because of his pride, see, here go another sin taking place. Because of his pride, he can't back down. He can't check and say, you know what, that's unrighteous for you to ask for a man's life. We're in the kingdom where I run these Jews, and we should not shed innocent blood. We don't have a charge on this man. But he ain't checked the woman. We at verse 9. We just ready to go to verse 10. So let's go ahead and read verse 10 and see what the end of the matter is. Shalom, shalom.
And he sent and beheaded John in the prison.
So the John the Baptist, who was a Levite and born by a Levite, mother and father, you see what I'm saying, was beheaded. So you see two Israelites suffering at the hands of birthdays being kept. You think we still supposed to be keeping birthdays? Huh? Now what about in the book of Maccabees? Give me we're gonna go to Luke chapter 22 right here and see if Christ wanted you to keep his birthday.
Luke 22. Told you, what's up? Huh?
Oh, I just had it on my screen. 19 and 20. I'm just going to meet. But we know the story. I'm just going to quick meet. So we're supposed to be partaking in what he did to prepare for his death. You know what I'm saying? Taking it, this is my body, which is given for you. Do this as often in remembrance of me. And then also, where it says, remember his death until he returns. So, but we got it, though. We got it. Told our rabbi for everybody who donate. Oh, look at the little baby. Oh, donating baby. All right, you want to go ahead and read it,
Luke
though?
22 and 19?
Yeah.
Luke 22 and 19. And he took bread and gave thanks and baked it and brake it and gave unto them, saying, this is my body, which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me.
So that's one thing, you know what I'm saying, when you do it in Passover. Right, because this is what was being observed. You know the story. This is the time when you get ready to be taken and crucified for all Israel's sake, completing that Isaiah 53 prophecy. By his stripes that we are healed, to save his people from their sins. So he took on the stripes, but he's demonstrating the unleavened bread, right? Because unleavened, leaven, the Bible represents sin, right? So he's breaking bread because he's without sin, without leaven, without yeast, right? And the wine is representation of his blood. So when you partake in Passover, you should be remembering in the Messiah. So that's one remembrance. And it's the same thing, which is about his death, Go ahead,
Verse 20. Likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, this cup is my New Testament, in which is shed for you. 21. But behold, the hand of him that betrayed me is with me on the table. And truly, the Son of Man goeth as it was determined. But woe unto that man by whom he was betrayed.
All right, so just basically saying it'd been better that you had not even been born than to betray the Son of Man. But guess what? Everybody has to play their role, even that part. And I think I'm gonna hit this 1 Corinthians 11. I think it's 23. Choose for everybody to do this. No, it's the same thing. All right, it's just the same thing. 26 cup. Oh yeah, that's it. Bang, that's it. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 11. And we just jump to 26 for the meat, because it's basically the same thing we just already read. But I'm gonna get that meat part I was talking about.
1 Corinthians 11.
Yep, 1 Corinthians 11 and 26 for the meat, because it's gonna repeat basically the same thing about him taking the cup. Do this as often remembrance of me, the blood, remembrance of me. But I wanted to hit verse 26 for the meat of what we was talking about also. And they ain't talking about his birth, right?
1 Corinthians 11. I'll wait till y'all get there.
All right. We'll tell it for y'all, you know, a few little pages flipping. 1 Corinthians 11, verse 26 is where we going. Look at Grandpa, little fat her babies. And Grandpa ain't got a lick of her anymore. All right, how we looking, y'all? Can we get a 9 if we can be heard out there? Shalom. Dino, man, hit me up again. Can remind me to send you those feast days. I hope I did. I sent them out, but Dino said he didn't have it, so I got to resend it. Oh, you talking about yours? I'm good for right now. If you want to make it, it's fine. Thank you, baby. All right, I'll pray we got some nines. Go ahead and read that 1 Corinthians 11 and 26.
1 Corinthians 11, verse 26. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Most High's death till he come.
So that's what it's about, to show his death till he comes. So we're supposed to be in full remembrance of his death, not of his life, like in the manner where people celebrate his birthday. Because what you won't find in scripture anywhere is when Christ died, buried, resurrected, or even doing his walk when somebody kept a birthday party with cake and ice cream or goat's milk. And you know what I'm saying? They head covered and they run around there. And then the Negro, when he keeps somebody's birthday, he mingles so many different cultures. The Negro got a piñata. The Negro is apple bobbing. The Negro that mixed Christmas and all. Man, he doing everything. Because that comes from people who have lost their culture, which means you done lost your mind. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, then we're gonna read this Flavors Josephus real quick.
Oh man.
I wonder how your eyes good enough for that one. You read this one?
26.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. Now, Josephus was a historian, right? An Israelite, Israelite historian, right? Who during the time shortly after Christ, you know, put together some accounts, a historical account. He's well recognized in many communities. You know, anybody who knows this Bible knows or heard of Flavors Josephus, right? Judah ben Matthias. And this man,
Judah ben Yahudah ben Matthias.
And then understand this too, though. So during this time, we had more access to our full culture, our full libraries. Understand it's part of gathering the books. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have full, but what you can see, there is no birthday celebrations of Israelites in this book. Even if you read the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, during the time of dedication, what did the king celebrate his birthday? What? Every month. And made Israel bring cakes into the temple to further defile the temple. And Israel was sorely vexed. But I thought birthdays was fun. I thought making cakes was fun. Your ancestors were vexed and defiled by sitting there eating these things offered up to the king. He kept his birthday every month.
Hey, so we can't eat no cakes?
You eat cakes. Ain't no birthday cakes, though.
Right.
Ain't nobody saying nothing wrong with cakes. We talking about cakes. Birthday cakes made for a birthday celebration.
Those with the candles and all that.
The Wishing Man, the book called Childhood Witchcraft.
So what about the hats on the head and to make a wish?
Boy, that's because they're trying to get them devils up off of.
Yeah,
you don't want to do that, man. All I said, if you saying birthdays is in the Bible, listen, we humble. We deal with all honorably and with all what? Humility. Show it to us. Show it to us. And we'll teach it. You got to precept that thing going out. Because listen, if it's about that, then everybody should be cool with keeping Christmas. That's Jesus' birthday they got on record, they say. Right. But we know he wasn't born on December the 25th. That's every other pagan god. When to be honest, he was keeping the Feast of Tabernacle when he was being born. That would be more of his birthday, Tishri the 15th. And we can track that down, but let's just deal with this birthday real quick. You ready for you? I got it right here, too. Pronounce some words. Okay. Well, actually, I'll read it while you're doing your research.
I got.
Okay.
All right, Flavius Josephus, what is this? Book 2?
Yeah. Share the screen, bro.
I'm already on it.
You on it?
It's already on it. And if you look at the bottom of the screen where I got it on shirt, give me a 9. Can you see it on that map?
Yeah, I can see.
It's not shirt on your screen? All right, let me go back and make sure I did it right there. Oh, it ain't share. All right, y'all. Now we fading to black. No, you don't. It was me. I didn't properly share it. So we got Flavius Josephus, right? This is the book called Against Oppion. This is book 2, right? And this is what you see right here. I'm going to copy and paste it. I got to figure out how to copy and paste stuff in this thing on Apple computer.
All right.
But while he's reading this, I'm going to have to leave it here. I can't take it off. All right, go ahead, bro.
Okay. Nay, indeed, the law does not permit us to make festivals at the births of our children.
Did y'all hear that? Nay, indeed, the law does not permit us to make festivals at the births of our children. How easy is that?
That's straightforward.
Straightforward.
We got a nay focused on the word indeed. The law does not permit. So if somebody say it does, then make them go to the law and show you what a birthday is. We can find everything about how to treat your body when you're on your flower, how to treat your body after sexual experiences, how to treat growing crops, making clothes, worshiping your God, and everything else. So if he wanted to celebrate birthdays, it'd be right there. Right? It would be. So let's just keep going.
Nay, indeed, the law does not permit us to make festivals at the births of our children, and thereby afford occasions of drinking to excess.
So what do the Negro do when he find out there's a party going up?
Turn up.
Turn up.
Turn down.
Turn down for what? And listen, it's the baby's birthday party, but what all the adults doing and what they doing?
Okay.
Blowing blunts.
Blowing blunts.
Boy, it's drink o'clock. Boy, it's drink o'clock. Happy birthday. You think it's your birthday. Then look how the idolatry go. Oh, this is my day.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all can bear me gifts. You see how you fall into idolatry?
Yeah.
It's very wicked and very vain. And then soon you don't get somebody, oh, mess with so-and-so. You see that?
They ain't buy me no gift on my.
Yeah.
But look, so the scriptures say this is the day that the Most High has made.
Yeah. We should rejoice and be glad in it.
So that's what we bring the balance in, because you'll see brothers and telling brothers and sisters, hey, I'll praise for another year for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? We'll thank the Most High for life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because you'll see NehemiYAH posting on Facebook, so and so sold David, Most High bless you. So don't think he being a hypocrite when you hear him shouting everybody out when they sold days or whatever. Yeah. That's talking about the celebrating.
The celebration thereof.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if you're not careful, you'll start thinking this is my day. Yeah. And people start bringing you gifts, and in a way it's actually self-worship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you get mad because somebody ain't called you on your birthday. Right. So-and-so ain't called me. Yeah.
I ain't messing with them no more.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's the Most High's day. Yeah. We gonna celebrate life. We thank the Most High for life. Yeah. But we ain't celebrating no birthdays and bringing no cakes and turning down lights and making a wish.
No, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Ask yourself, what is
called me? Hey, it's still all praise to the Most High. Right. That's how you got to keep it. Like put the balance out there. People get to going crazy.
But Brian cars with Bory Reds on it and big bows and houses and going broke in the jury and you know what I'm saying, all this crazy.
It's Bow Reds, man, not Bory Reds.
That's why you say let me say my broken King's English the way I say my broken King's English. Hey, it's gonna be the first and last time y'all see Guinea. This is gonna be a presser light when I get to it. Let's go ahead and get it out. Right. With the excess to drink. Yeah.
But it ordains that the very beginning of our education should be immediately directed to sobriety.
So we talked about that yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. To a right mind, to a righteous mind, right? Yeah. A mind who can what? Rightly divide, intersect, and work with the scriptures. So, but it is ordained. That means it is written, it is ordered, it is so law that from the very beginning, education should be why. Because listen, all these babies that get up, when we get ready to do the prayer, right? They already know how to turn to the east. See that? They already know how to say shalom, Boker Tov, Lola Tov. You know what I'm saying? They know what to say. They know what feast days about, what time they come up. You know what I'm saying? They know how to eat. You see Christmas say, Mama, that's wicked. Daddy, that's wicked. Yeah. Because why? You are fulfilling the order that tells us to do what? Train up the child the way that they should go. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you do that, you don't. So again, we're not supposed to be keeping these birthdays, y'all. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you'll be all right.
Right. That's
bad news for the corners. The corners.
That's saving somebody's soul from eternal damnation.
Con.
You know.
And if y'all want to read that,
not like it.
If y'all want to read that, it's Proverbs 22:6. If you want to read that, Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way that they should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. Right? Because what do the babies learn at this age? They learn how to brush their teeth, tie their shoes, don't take a bath, a shower, floss. You know what I'm talking about? How to walk, the way to walk. So when they get up into the age where we are, it's a habit. You know what I'm saying? It's been taught. So when we read her, the very beginning of our education should be immediately directed to sobriety. Go ahead, bro.
It also commands us to bring those children up in learning.
We just read that.
And to exercise them in the laws.
So when you exercise, you're doing what? Building. You're building them up in the laws. When you exercise, you're doing what? Working out. Building up endurance, stamina, strength. It's the same with the law. You should be building up the endurance on how to deal and walk in the law. Stamina, go through it no matter what's going on around you. You see what I'm saying? And strength that can nobody waver you from. Right. Can't push you off your block. What's up with you? I'm a law keeper. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Walk away. Go ahead, Al.
And making them acquainted with the acts of their predecessors.
So when you hear that, these babies know when to keep Passover now. They know when to keep other feasts. They know when it's time to go out to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. They know when it is when the tents are going out. make it fire to us. Why? If we have to flee to the wilderness, that makes sense, right? Because if something happened to y'all, that means they still ain't got enough workable knowledge to do what? Survive.
Yeah, carry on.
Carry on, right?
Yeah.
So even after we're gone and my time is came and gone, Juju, would you know how to keep Passover if something happened to your dad? Exactly. From her beginning, she was taught that. And the acts. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, then you need to get yourself together and tighten it up. Ain't saying the bad, just get better. While you have time to get better. And then that little growler light I got over there. Go ahead, Bruce. Answer their predecessors.
In order to their imitation of them.
Because they're supposed to be mimic the righteous acts that you do. Look at these little daughters. What's the common thing all these little daughters got going on? But then look at all the elder daughters. Everybody handcuffed. They learned that. When they get ready to put their foot on and say, Mama, let's pray. And guess what? Jordan, I was at the house and I was getting ready to pray. Jordan came and grabbed my heart and said, Papa, you cannot wear your hat while we pray. Yeah. Righteous acts. You see what I'm saying? It's how it's supposed to be. That's right. Ain't that right, baby? Took care of your grandpa. That's right.
Keep going. Mm-hmm. And that they may be nourished up in the laws from their infancy.
Adolescence. Their adulthood. No, from their infancy. Because if you catch them at that age, then there won't be no excuse when they get to this age. Because you ever seen them children that's so bad when you see them at this age, you be like, boy, they ain't gonna make it to 21. And ain't you calling down death on them, but you can see. If a child at this age is calling their mamas all kind of
Yep, that's what the lie.
Just y'all just witnessed that.
Yeah. Saw a little boy doing his mama like that.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Crazy to his mama. Yeah.
Dumb. Yeah. Oh, they kicked that baby through a book. Through a rack of books.
Smack her form.
But a book with a bit. See, that's how we grew up. I want to go smack her form.
You know what I'm saying? Who you talking to? But, you know.
Yeah, it's a different world, ain't it, man?
Yeah, you know. That's how my old dude roll. Straight up. Yeah, I know.
You catch a child clowning in public, and it ain't his.
He's still on.
The whole store behind him.
Straight up.
You feel me? You ought to whoop his.
Yeah.
Boy, dang, whole thing.
All right. I bet you he wouldn't talk like that no more.
If I get permission, I'll come and stomp a blood hole in you real quick.
Real quick. Fix that mouth. Okay, in the infancy, and might neither transgress them, nor yet have pretense of their ignorance of them.
So listen, here we go again. If you understand what Christ said, go and sin no more. It's able to be done. To walk in the law perfectly, blamelessly, upright, and justly, able to be done. Because if you teach it in the empty, it says that they might neither transgress them. So you tell me if you train them up, what is not to do with stealing, adulteries, this, that, honoring father, mother, keeping the Shabbat. You see what I'm saying? Then they won't make those errors because you embedded that from the infancy. When the tablet was blank, Heathen had talked about John Locke. He said the children are a blank slate. He called it tabula rasa. You see what I'm saying? Because they ain't born with knowledge as far as what we know. Now you can watch, Baby Genius and think they got all the knowledge of the universe. They just can't tell you about it. And then they lose it when they can start talking. Or you can believe that child right there, that grandbaby right there, baby don't have no form of language. Can't change his diaper. Can't go get him nothing to eat. Don't know how to communicate. And his communication now is in crying, grunting, kicking, speaking in nose tongues, baby tongues. You see what I'm saying? But if you they communicate the way they communicate. Right. But what I'm saying is, once they get to that age and you start third, by the time they get to that age, they know how to sit down in class. They may get tired and all that, but they know how to endure class. So we can definitely see that birthdays are not to be kept. All right, so I'm gonna jump right here. Anybody got understand? Give me a Yahoo in the chat if y'all got understand.
Straightforward to the point.
No birthdays. No birthdays. Ain't nothing wrong with knowing your birthdays.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? We honor your life, but listen. So you can hear. Look at your grandpa. Look at your grandpa. Because I understand they go to school and they see other kids getting birthday cakes and cupcakes brought up there for their birthday parties. And I understand that you see that. But just because the world do it, Jalen or Jordan, because y'all the oldest ones, don't mean we're going to do it. Have you ever been to Grandpa's birthday party? That you can ever remember? Have you been to Grandpa's birthday party?
Yeah.
That boy didn't say no yeah. Like, oh! That boy said no yeah.
That boy didn't say no yeah.
That boy off the chain.
We heard about you.
Hey, so look, real talk. Now, Jasmine, you know this. When was the last time you bought your daddy a Father's Day gift? A birthday gift? Christmas gift? It don't happen. And listen, I got all these children, all these grandbabies. I should have a party of flowing milk and honeys and gifts out the yin yang. And I can guarantee to be wealthy at least at Father's Day and Christmas. And my birthday if I was cornering that. But this man, take care of your thing. He said, yeah, you know. He said, here go Dee Dee. You sure got a lot of kids. Boy, be fruitful and multiply. Plant your seed in the earth, Lord. All right, y'all. So it's kind of like the little preludes. So we talked about, marriage license don't make the marriage. You know what I'm saying? The marriage has to be within the people themselves. You enter into a covenant. You make your vow. Listen, the Hebrew man and woman pillow talk all day long. Girl, I'd never leave. You know I'm here for you. I got you, boo. I got your back.
No, if it's real, go before the Most High.
If it's real, go before the Most High.
Y'all say y'all vows before the Most High. Let heaven and earth record.
Bear witness. Yeah. Bear witness.
Yeah, we take it more serious. Yeah. Man, we have to go before the Most High.
Man.
Hey, we better take this serious.
Got to make this work.
Yeah.
Like failure ain't an option.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not. When did Adam put Eve away? I mean, yeah. When did Adam put Eve away?
And she actually requested to be killed.
Yeah.
She requested you can wait and kill me so you can get back.
Yeah.
He said, woman, you talk crazy. You are flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. Yeah. You know, have that type of dedication to your wife. He still didn't lay them hands on. Mm. Today, the day of Israelite is a masterful chocolate. Masterful at the artichoke.
Yeah.
Boy.
The chocolate.
Artichoke. Artichoke alike.
Hey, what are names of certain things?
Yeah, you got to stop that. Oh yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Vacations and same socks
and when Punky Brewster came out, they changed a little bit. They mix and match now.
They love the good times, but let it get bad, all they shake right on the wrong.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
You ain't the head no more.
He's right.
Check ain't big enough.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's how they feel.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Get to work.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to show y'all. My other wife gonna hit me up and say, "I hope that's Kool-Aid or water in your cup." Baby, I have two of you. You're here and the other wife is online.
Hey, that's a drink. That's not juice.
Juice, drink. Okay, man. Oh, literal light. I'm drinking. So I do got a drink. I do got a drink. Huh? I got me a drink. It looks like a little can in my hand. Right. I'm drinking sugar water. They're gonna call you right there. She said, "Okay." Yeah, I'm drinking drink. I'm drinking drink, baby.
Come on, let's get it.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check out this video. Talk a little bit about this World War III and see kind of where we at. Like how Maddie said, hey, the war drums are a beating. So let me go back here and show this. And listen, you got to be up on current events, whether you like it or not. It would behoove you to pay attention. All right, so we're gonna go here and hit this video. You want to read this little quick article, and then we'll get this prayer in and jump right on in.
Christopher Green, you're watching AMTV. This is breaking news. Obviously, tensions very, very high after the assassination of a top Iranian general. They've been threatening revenge attacks. Terrorism from Hezbollah could be penetrating here in the United States. Just reported, this is breaking news. Please share this across your social networks. A Russian warship aggressively targeted a U.S. Navy destroyer as a part of the 5th Fleet in a very provocative action that brought their ship within 50 feet, ramming it, colliding with it in the Arabian Sea, very contested waters right now in and around the Persian Gulf.
And you need to look at this video. You will see the Russian ship continue to approach.
This report just in: a Russian warship aggressively approached a U.S. Navy destroyer while it was operating in the North Arabian Sea on Thursday, ignoring warnings from the U.S. vessel and increasing the risk of a collision, according to the U.S. Navy. Video of the incident, which we will play for you, shows the gravity of this event, which was obtained by multiple news wires, shows the Russian warship rapidly approaching the USS Farragut, coming as close as 180 feet, 50 feet in some cases, to the U.S. ship before changing course, according to 2 defense officials. Again, a very strong provocation by the Russians. Vladimir Putin firing and test firing a second hypersonic missile just yesterday. We have to ask the question, is this going to end, or are we going to continue to see these tensions rise in the coming days? Interesting also, if you pull a map of the Arabian Sea, you can see exactly where this took place, how this is very close to Oman, Gulf of Oman, the Persian Gulf, and this very strategic waterway that, of course, is moving millions and millions of barrels of oil on a daily basis. Also, it has been reported by the Department of Homeland Security that Hezbollah could be entering the United States from central Latin America into our southern border into states like Arizona. And they are planning, this is according to the DHS, suicide bombing attacks. And we warned about this here, Alternative Media Television, that again, Hezbollah is very angry right now. Hezbollah is already in the United States, and they are attempting not just to penetrate our border, but sleeper cells are all across the continental United States right now, prepared to act, prepared for the revenge that the Ayatollah has warned that they would carry out, having just in recent days fired in a symbolic gesture, hitting 2 U.S. bases in Iraq. The Iraqis trying and attempting to push the United States out of the region. Many also believing, these confirmed reports, Trump admitting yesterday that he believes it was Iran that shot the Boeing airliner out of the sky, killing some 70 Canadians, and I think there was like 10 from the United Kingdom or something like that, in another tragic event.
U.S. intelligence sources say there is new evidence that Iran shot down a civilian passenger jet in its own airspace, killing many of its own citizens.
Again, proving sanctions do not work, that terrorism is here. These sleeper cells exist within our borders here in the United States. Authorities along the U.S. border are on red alert, a code red, after receiving a law enforcement intelligence warning about a possible suicide bomber, multiple bombers heading north toward the U.S.-Mexico border. Obtaining this exclusive copy of the leaked official document from a source operating under the umbrella of the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. The official report was circulated to law enforcement partners along the U.S. border. The intelligence originated from the Homeland Security Investigations Unit, and the report was circulated by Border Patrol Intelligence. And you can see here the document. According to the document, on January 8, 2020, the Yuma Sector Operations Center received information from HSI about a previously deported Guatemalan national named, and they don't give the name, who is allegedly leading a group of 4 Middle Eastern males and 1 female to the U.S. from Mexico. The female is described as a suspected suicide bomber. Again, red alert, code red, warning by Department of Homeland Security that suicide bombers are on their way on a border that up until Donald Trump has become president had not been protected. Again, sleeper cells, according to the Pentagon and the DOD, are already here in the United States of America, preparing to act and strike at a moment's notice. Please get these stories out. They are breaking now. I'm Christopher Green. This is AMTV, hard-hitting and in your face. Hey everybody, Christopher, click the link below right now. Get our free gold kit. It's a PDF I put together. You can visit gold.amtvmedia.com. The U.S. stock market just hit a new all-time high of 29,000.
All right, all right. Hey, look, they'll sell you. Listen, you gotta understand your media, right? Your media will always sell you a pretty picture. But understand, it's usually what you see behind the scenes. When I took a few journalism classes, never trust your home source because it plays in the favor of the home team. If you want to see real news, watch it from an outside source about you. You know what I'm saying? Watch an outside source talk about you. And if you have to, then balance the both. Okay, this is what we're saying. This is what they're saying.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why we be on the RT News, Daily Mail, all these news sources outside the United States. Al Jazeera. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jerusalem Post, all these different newspapers are outside the U.S. You get it's a different perspective. Yeah.
We can make the picture more clear.
Because it's gonna be, it's not gonna be.
They playing it all
bias.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of RT when I was going through college. You know?
That's Russian television.
Because while you saying that we ain't gonna fight or we're preparing to fight, guess what they saying? We prepared too.
You got RT, which is Russian. You got Press TV, which is Iranian. You got the Daily Mail, which is over in London.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got Jerusalem Post, which is Israel. Yeah.
All right, so we're going
from those of the Arabic news sources. You kind of can piece everything together to what's going on.
Paint a bigger picture.
They tell a different story than what they said and heard.
Whole different, you hear me? So we're gonna read this little article real quick. Russian warship aggressively approached U.S. destroyer in what? The Arabian Sea. Right? We just saw the video. A Russian naval ship aggressively approached the U.S. Navy destroyer in the North Arabian Sea on Thursday. In a dangerous near collision, authorities said Friday. On Thursday, January the 9th, how far ago was that? 2 days ago. Yeah. 2 days ago, somebody was in the club doing something. That's what something they ain't supposed to be messing with, sleeping with somebody ain't supposed to be sleeping with, complaining about something they always complain about. All this time, war is at your door. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? No. And I'm saying that war will affect everything as you know it today. Especially for y'all who are more patriotic than your white counterparts. You're going to be blown away. Well, the Negro pen is something else. I call them Negro pens. Man.
Love the crap.
Love it. Leave them out. Hey. This good white man? This land?
WW3.
Boy, let's integrate and mate.
Hey, boy.
And look, I don't even know how a people that stole something from somebody even can fix their mouths to say this is mine.
Yeah. Hey.
All right. So on Thursday, January the 9th, while conducting a routine operation in the North Arabian Sea, the USS Farragut was aggressively approached by a Russian Navy ship. The U.S. Navy Fifth Fleet, which oversees naval operations in the Middle East, said in a statement. The Farragut sounded 5 short blasts, the international maritime signal for danger of collision, and requested the Russian ship after alter course in accordance with the international rules of the road. The Navy statement continued. The Russian ship intentionally refused, but ultimately altered course, and the two ships opened distance from one another. While the Russian ship took action, the initial delay in complying with international rules while in making an aggressive approach increased the risk of collision. The U.S. Navy continued to remain vigilant and is trained to act in a professional manner. That's why you need another source. Because you know the other source would have said, them mofos were scared of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Vigilant. Hey man, did you hear that? They wrote the story and let you know they were scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then ended off that they remained vigilant and trained to act in a professional manner. When have you known a heathen with a gun in a position of power act anything like that? I can't handle it. All right, y'all. So we're going to get this prayer. We'll hit this Psalms 111. We'll go ahead and get this thing popping.
Let's get it.
And then we're going to continue to see if we can walk this walk as perfect as we can. We look up those few little quick Hebrew words. Perfect, just, righteous, blameless. Look up some words today. Go back to school. You know how I was in school? We had to look up the words. I'm a saved sinner. Chapter and verse. Boy, I'm blessed despite of my transgressions. Despite of my transgressions.
Get them up. Young man, get them up. Get them up.
Put your hands up, Jason. Put the food down.
Get them up.
Not your head up. The other hand. That boy is a cake-alike. Get him, Uncle Mally. Oh, boy, you lucky with Uncle Mally. Sure in the route to you, boy.
Get him up. Get him up. Get him up.
You see that?
Get him up.
Again, teach them at that age so when they get old, they got it.
Get him up. Get him up.
All right.
Get him up.
Psalms 111, y'all. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, sure.
Say, Uncle Mally, if they come over and bother me.
Let's get it done.
Psalms 111 with the Most High's permission. Praise ye the Most High. I will praise the Most High with my whole heart in the assembly of the upright and in the congregation. The works of the Most High are great, sought out of all them that have pleasure therein. His works is honorable and gracious and glorious, and his righteousness endureth forever. He hath made his wonderful works to be remembered. The Most High is gracious and full of compassion.
That's right.
He hath given meat unto them that fear him. He will ever be mindful of his covenant. He hath shown his people the power of his works.
That's right.
That he may give them the heritage of the heathen. The works of his hands are vigilant and judgment. All his commandments are sure. They stand fast forever and ever, and are done in truth and of righteousness. He sent redemption unto his people.
That's right.
He hath commanded his covenant forever. Holy and reverence is his name. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praises endureth forever. Hallelujah. Selah.
Yahoo! His mercy endureth forever.
Endureth
Forever.
forever.
And as for his people, listen, you are to be given the heathen in your day. All right. Boy, you over there, that boy on double spy mission. That boy about to get jacked up, boy. Uncle said, where you going, boy? All right, so I'm gonna start with that Satan thing again, y'all, because listen, we'll see what happens when you fall from your perfection. But I'm gonna go ahead to this Bible dictionary. We're gonna look up a few key words real quick. So when we see them, we'll understand what they are. We're gonna look up just. All right, and we're gonna go to Strong's. All right, And so remember we read yesterday, and I'm going to blow this up and go back to screen share so our people can follow along. Genesis 6 and 9 real quick. Just a quick one hitter. Almost hit the wrong, but almost hit in broadcast. All right, Genesis 6 and 9. I'll read this for y'all real quick. And you can Ezekiel 28:15. Ezekiel 28:15. All right. So we're gonna look up this word just. And remember these words, y'all. Because this is how it was for Noah. So it says these. Oh, I'll wait for y'all real quick. Genesis beginning, Bereshit 6 and 9. Shalom, Sister Odelia. Encrypt in the building, huh?
Ezekiel 6 and 15.
28 and 15. Ezekiel 28, 15. Let's go next. All right. So it says in Genesis 6 and 9, these are the generations of Noah. And listen, it says Noah was a just man. So can a man be just? And well, surely if Noah was, this is before Messiah, right? Well, before Messiah graced the planet, I should say, in the way that he did when we get to the New Testament accounts. He's always been, he was the first of his creation. So, you know, I want to be grammatically correct for those naysayers say, see right there. That's a shame you got to overthink somebody. So, it's, but hey, you got to do it though. That's what it is. All right. So, Tzaddik. So, we're going to let's hear this real quick. Tzaddik.
Strong's H, 6662. Tzaddik.
All right. So we're going to see right here. So in some way, God told Noah that he was a just man. He said, basically, Noah, you are just, lawful, and righteous.
Righteous. It's the Hebrew word for righteous.
Same word.
Melchizedek. Tzaddik.
See?
Tzaddik.
He was the king of righteousness.
Yeah.
So he also was saying, basically, Noah, you are just and righteous even in government. Noah, thou art just and right in your own and one's causes. Noah, you have been found to be just and righteous in conduct and character. Noah, you have been found to be righteous as justified and vindicated. Boy, that's the type of just you want to be, where your God fights your battles. You see what I'm saying? All right, and then Noah, you was right, correct, and you were lawful. You see what I'm saying? That's what that means. All right, so now we're going to go back and look up another Hebrew word. Let's look up righteous. Yeah. Right, strong. Remember yesterday we read Genesis 7 and 1, so we'll look at it again. And look at that. If y'all looking at the numbers, it's still 8662. Same thing Matter was just saying. All right. And the Most High, YAHUDAHS, said unto Noah. Then you have to understand how deep this is that this is a person who has deserved and found worthy enough to even have a conversation with Elohim. That right there says a lot of itself. Right? And out of all this, just read this. Unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark. So you understand when Matty said, hey, I mess with you and everything that's what? Attached to you, because that's your what? That's your house. So I say, Gideon, I deal with you and everything that's attached to you. That's his wife and his children. Yeah. Because that's under his house. Now, when they grow up and go on and become somebody else's house, that's a whole different set. But Noah still had these righteous sons. So there's 3 sons and their wives came, right? Mm-hmm. So for, I'm going to read this again. So and the Most High said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous. Can't no man be righteous. Nothing the Bible said, rightly divide the word. Can somebody wrong me? Right? Because you can sit here and perform righteous acts, but your works is garbage. You see what I'm saying? I can sit here and not steal, don't mean that I can love God. You see what I'm saying? I can sit here and not commit adultery, just don't mean I love God. I could keep the commandments without the faith and the love of God. It don't mean nothing, right? So it says that, wilt thou also, I went down to the next verse. Come down and all thy house into the ark, For thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. So only 8 souls. Only 8 souls, y'all, survived this judgment of the Most High. That's how serious that is.
8, 7.
All right.
Hey, little Joe.
All right. Shabbat shalom, sis. So, all right, y'all, we'll go to this Ezekiel real quick. Ezekiel chapter 28. We'll go to verse 15. We're going to check this out. So you can be perfect. And listen, if you keep saying that I can't do it, can't nobody be perfect. Well, you already showed me what side you on. It's easy. You already showed. You ain't got to tell me no more. You ain't got to tell me no more. And listen, people will show you they truth every time. It's your problem. The problem is, do you accept what you see? That's your problem. Do you accept what's being shown to you? People can't wear the mask, and some people don't even wear it. They let you know right out, I ain't, and you still messing with it. You see what I'm saying? But there's the people that we understand in this word that's just like that. All right, so we'll read this Ezekiel 28 real quick. How we look, everybody there? Joshua, shout out, little brother. He get persecuted for his name's sake. Ezekiel 28. And when you read the Ezekiel 28 account, it talks about the ongoings of the garden, you know. Hebrew Edomite. All right, let's go ahead and get that in.
Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 15. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee.
Till iniquity. So you're telling me that Hashatan was made perfect? He was. Everything he made was good. We corrupted. Creation corrupts itself.
Yeah.
And listen, and we continue to corrupt it. You seen all these movies out here? Boy, how many people went on trying to find that last dragon last night? And the other movies we talked about. and watching Matrix all over again. I'm going to download the trilogy. All right, so we over here. Let's see what perfect is.
Strong's H, 8549. Tamim. Tamim.
Tamim. So when one is perfect, one is complete. Right? Which means like you ain't one for nothing. Chill out, y'all. Means y'all are complete. Whole. Entire and sound. Right? It means that you are whole, sound, and healthful. Complete, entire of time. Sound, wholesome. Unimpaired, undistracted. Innocent. Having integrity. Right? Key word is innocent. Now, read that verse again. How did he lose his perfection? Through iniquity. Was found. Ah. So was he still innocent? No.
No more.
Innocent, having integrity. So does he have integrity now?
No.
See? Sin destroys the very manner of perfection. So you can't sit here and walk in sin and then still think that you have perfection or you're complete, whole, or entire in the will of the Most High. You can't walk in transgression and think you complete.
Right.
So when a person tells you you ain't got to keep the law, say, well, I'll let you know how that works for you on the other side. Or even in this side. Yeah, he got persecuted for his name's sake.
Pause.
Thou has made me proud this day. All right, so here it is. Say, what is complete or entire in according to what? With truth and fact. Right? So when we go back and we read that again, we can see it clearly. It was because of his iniquity, right? Which stained his perfection. So I'm going to sit here and click on iniquity. Well, what's iniquity then? Well, let's see. I thought you'd never ask. Evil.
Evil.
Strong's H, 6766.
Oh, boy, vampire and Brooke.
Strong's H 5766. Evil.
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 Iniquity is evil.
Right.
In Hebrew.
Right.
Third entry. Evla. Evla.
Well, you were still talking, wasn't you?
Mm-hmm.
That kept going on. So let's read what iniquity is. Injustice. Opposite of righteousness is what? Unrighteousness. Wrong. Violate deeds of injustice. Injustice of speech and injustice of general. Right? Got a strong definition here real quick. It says evil right there. I'm going to blow it up again. It says, what they say right there, bro? Evil, moral, iniquity, perverseness, unjust or unjustly, unrighteous, unrighteously, wicked, wickedness, right? Because it says those who forsake the law, praise the who? Wicked. What y'all say? Y'all was on it last night. All right. Well, it's the morning. Y'all didn't go home and go sleep. Y'all was watching Last Dragon and Matrix. Catch his bullets with his teeth. Nigga, please. So you tell me I better dodge bullets? No. I'm saying when that time's come, you won't have to. Woo! Where's the master? Show me like a master. That boy got that power, isn't it? That boy had to glow it in. But when a woman tell you got power, boy.
Most High already told you that, but why take the woman for you to see that you got power?
Same reason why the man bows to the woman and say, "Can I have your hand in marriage?"
Nah.
Submission.
Nah.
He gets it. That's it. Yahoo gets it. Boy. Hey, you can. Hey, give me 1 John 3. 1 John 3 is a beautiful chapter to read in entirety, though. But I just want to go down to verse 4 so we can see more who this sin is, and we'll read down to verse 9. Verse 10.
1 John 3, 1 through 10.
Yeah, 1 John 3. And we'll start at verse 4.
Start at verse 4.
Yeah, while they flipping them, go ahead and turn there. 1 John 3. All right, y'all. If y'all get some understanding, overstanding, and standing side by side to the word, let me get a 7. Got to throw a little hook in there at 9 then. All right, let her rip, get.
Man, you that far up, man. You might as well start at 1, brother.
Start at verse 1.
Man, you're that close.
I told you it's one of them chapters you can read the whole chapter. It just makes all the sense. So we go into 1 John 3 and by house request, starting at verse 1.
1 John 3 and 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Yahweh. Therefore, the world knoweth us not.
Stop. What manner of love does God have for creation that he called the very creation family? Even more so, we just read, wasn't Satan the son of Elohim? And what caused him to lose his forever standing with him?
Iniquity was found in him.
Evil. Evil.
Right. Say it like the French.
You know your wife know that Hebrew. Evil.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So if sin separates us from the love of God, how does continued sin keep you in the favor of God? It can't.
It can't.
It don't.
It don't make sense.
So why are we running around here self-proclaiming to be sinners? Don't make sense. Can you walk perfect? Well, we got great patriarchs that did from old to new. Now you can't show me that in the Bible. I should never ask. Copyright. Took that from Malaki, y'all. All right, let me go ahead and finish that.
because it knoweth him not.
So if the world hated you, know that it hated him first. Remember it says from emphasis, so they'll be learned and exercised in the law. So they'll know how to do what? Stand, endure, build up. So when your child try to get fed when you ain't around, it's okay if you keep Christmas. Man, you don't know who my mother and my father and my God is. God forbid I keep it. Juju, want to keep Christmas?
Hey, she smiled when she said con. Boy, when you said that, no.
Jasmine, want to keep Christmas? I ain't about that life. I don't kill the kids as much no more. No.
Verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of Elohim, and it doeth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him. For we shall see him as he is.
So understand, so when you read your 1 Corinthians 15, it says the twinkling of the eye, the sound of the trump. Makes sense during the fall feast, right? Not pointing not putting no dates on prophecy, but the more these point to God's time clock and the way he handles this thing. You know what I'm saying? So feast time, harvest time, twinkling of the eye, your body taking off the corruption, putting on incorruption. Now you can see him as he is, because you can't dwell with him the way you are now.
Taking off the mortal and putting on the immortal.
He gets it. He gets it. Next verse.
And every man, verse 3, and every man that have this hope in his purify in him, and every man that have this hope in him purify himself.
That's right.
Even as he is pure.
So can a man be pure now?
Yeah.
Is this New Testament?
Yeah.
That what him say, ain't it? So you can be pure. Because if you keep the perfect will of your Father and you have this hope, even though you don't know when it will appear, but when it does, I should be transformed into a like manner like him. So what is pure, brother? G53, that means that word showed up early in the Greek words. That's a low number.
Strong's G53, hognos. Hognos.
Hognos. All right. So pure means exciting, reverence, venerable, sacred, pure. So a man can be that? So it's obtainable then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pure from, what man, give, please. Pure from carnality.
Yeah.
Boy, class over. Sometimes you just run across that one thing, it's over. So in order to be pure, you must shed your what?
Carnal mind.
So why are you keeping everything that this game changed and gave to you? You keep his signs, you keep his seasons, you keep his feasts, you love his women, you love his culture, you love everything this captor and oppressor have gave to you. You hear me?
And you do that before you do the will of God.
Religiously.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, let the holiday roll around. Christmas. Hey man, you go to the store, you get the gifts, you get the gift wrap, you get the code, you get the code, you get the code, you get the ball, you get the ball, the lights. Man, we gotta get this man, you gotta get a contract and hang the lights up. Man, I want to decorate my tree outside.
Yeah.
Then we go get totally dedicated. Easter. Yeah. Go get the bunny. Go get the bunny. Knowing them bunnies don't lay no eggs, boy. You see what I'm saying? My favorite one that I like to laugh at is St. Patrick's Day. Negroes are leprechauns. Boy, I ain't never seen so many green wearing Negroes in my life.
I got a lick of Irish in me.
I got a lick of Irish in me. Man, and if you want to really see it, you're a treetop. Hey, look, man. And if you want to even see it, you're here in St. Louis or whatever state you're in, there's an Irish community. Am I right? Go there and watch your people show up and show out better than the leprechaun himself. Giving up all their goals and treasures. You see what I'm saying? Not even realizing that St. Patrick went over there and killed those Aborigines people and called them the snake people, right? And took their lands to build their churches, and you celebrate the death of other melanated people.
But see, that's what we go with.
Rabbit mind.
We was covetous, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, we wanted the other guys' God to rule over us and not our God.
Even in the wilderness. Go ahead, talk about
that's what it was.
We are a covetous people. We talk about covetous what?
Yeah,
the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
It's that thing, it's the door now to the door that opens you up to sin.
They make it look like fun.
Go ahead, Sister Witt.
You know what the worst thing is that we celebrate and partake in from other people?
What's that?
Pride. The Pride Parade. I was downtown this past summer. I saw one of us, she's walking with pasties on and like a skirt or something like that. And it's children, like small children walking behind her. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is trifling. Somebody dressed like a white Jesus out there, trying to tell them, you know, I guess talk to them, you know.
Oh boy, with the little robe on and little stick. But we have fun with that heathen every time we see him. Boy, that heathen got choked up.
Oh no!
He said, "You thought you're gonna preach to these Negroes? You about to get this word and this work."
That's an abomination to Yahweh, and we'll go ahead and participate just because it's what we do.
Hey, look, and look. So what you do from next time you read them Numbers 25. And look, next time you read them Numbers chapter 25, 1-4. When they bid and did what those people did after the like manner of those people, when they went back home, there was an axe and a sword waiting for their neck.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it off and face you toward the sun. Google how much time do it take the head to die when it's decapitated from the body. It's a long time to live. Up to 10 minutes. You can get your head cut off and still be alive from this part up. Up to 10 minutes. Until the blood and the oxygen depletes out the brain. Then you finally, your mouth. You know, you should hold your breath with your head cut off. Ain't no lungs in play. If they ain't cut your vocal cords off perfectly, you probably got enough to say, damn. But usually when you get chopped, they get cut out with it, but man, you can't make this up. To be pure is to be rid of your carnality. So the way you think about your marriage, the way you think about your relationships, the way you think about your friendships, the way you think about your associations, the way you think about everything, you have to shed it. You have to. Birthday, if you can't find it, if you're proclaiming to be Israel, if you can't find it in the Bible, then don't do it. And if you go search the extra canonical books and you can't find it, or in the in the writings and other teachings associated with our culture, then don't partake. I guarantee you, if the world is doing it, it's not right. That should be okay. If the masses are following it, guarantee you it's wrong in the eyes of the Most High. If somebody tell me I got 10,000 members in my church, I would not be attending. That don't sound like a remnant to me. Broad is the gate. Broad is the gate. Pure from every fault. Immaculate. Clean. Ain't that something? Properly clean, example, figurative, innocent, modest. There I go again.
Perfect.
Perfect, chaste, clean, pure.
That modest is on there for the system.
Yeah, woman, be thou modest, be thou pure.
Yeah.
So if every man that has this hope in him purifieth himself, that means that's that chasten part. Mm-hmm. Purifies himself, even as he is pure. Go ahead to verse 4. So we can go all the way back to when we went to that Genesis 4 yesterday about sin. And then even now we found out that iniquity is evil in Hebrew. And it's sin, and it caused he who was created perfect to fall. And when Satan got thrown out, he got thrown out what? Headlong and hit the ground with a thump. You're like, man, I was there to see that day. That boy got cast out and have no game back. You see what I'm saying? So what you think will happen to the sinner? Huh? Didn't Adam get kicked out for iniquity? Mm-hmm. Says the wages of sin, not sins, is there. Adam got kicked out. What happens above also happens
Low.
So you can sit there and live in sin. I choose to listen and hear what the Bible says. You can walk perfect, just, upright, blameless, and pure. Now, was you always that way? No. But when you came to Christ, that's why it says, give me that Romans, oh, you right there. Romans 3:25 real quick. Read this Romans 3:25. When you come to Christ, you are forgiven of your sins that are past. You're not forgiven of your, well, I know I slept with that girl last week, man. I just had the Lord forgive me and knock off next week. I know I stole that thing last week, and I know I ain't supposed to be stealing, man, but the Lord forgive me anyway. You say you just stole Lord's grace and mercy just any way you want to? What's that 3:25 say?
Romans 3:25.
Yeah.
Propitiation. And I'm saying, all right, propitiation. How you say it?
Propitiation.
Okay. All right. Romans chapter 3, verse 25. Whom Yah have set forth to be propitiation through faith in his blood, to declare his righteousness for the remission of sins that are past.
That are what?
Past.
Present.
Past.
Future.
Past.
You are forgiven of your sins past when you come to Christ. All after that, because he told you to go and sin no more. That's on you. So, because if it's forgave everything from here to the end of eternity, Hitler got the same heaven that all these other wicked devils got. And you got. Yah forbid. Share the kingdom with a cannibal. Be up there with the cannibal, the Lecter, whatever that boy name was on side of the
It's hell of a Lecter.
whatever his name was.
Hello, Clarice.
Oh, Clarice, eat a life. I know, right? Too many movies.
Well, you ain't the only one.
All right, so go back to that 1 John 3 and 4.
Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Whomsoever committed sin transgressed also the law.
So now you have the biblical definition of what sin is. One who transgressed God's law has committed sin. Y'all about to die. Y'all about to go catch the judgment. All right. Give me the next verse out.
For sin is transgression of the law.
How plain is that, y'all? Is that plain?
Clear as day.
Right? All right. Let's keep going.
Verse 5. And ye know that he was manifested to take away our sins.
Uh-huh.
And in him is no sin.
So if what's in him is no sin, and our walk is to be like him, and he said, go and sin no more, why are we still believing that it's impossible? Is it ink on paper? Do we believe? What sins have y'all committed since y'all got up? I mean, rhetorically speaking, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. All that I did was get up, try to give me something to eat, and got ready and got out on the road. I don't know what sin I committed. If I had a quick, simple thought, rebuked it when? Immediately.
As soon as it popped up.
Boy, it won't even, it'd be like landing on stony ground. It won't take root.
All right.
Let's get it.
Verse 6. Whomsoever abideth in him sinneth not.
Is that a lie? Is Christ a lie? The Bible lies, John lying. If you are walking in Elohim, if you are walking in Elohim with full faith of his Messiah, which is Yahushua, it says, whoever abideth in him, self-proclaimed Christians, followers of who?
Christ.
Then sin should not be remaining in you.
Exactly.
Now, do a person run across those thoughts? But everything that you do is a thought first.
Do you rebuke them?
Or do you rebuke it? Now, if you had that thought about, man, I should get, you went too far. Because now what you're going to start doing? Figuring out ways to bring it to what? Fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And once you figured out a way and it's successful in your mind and it's satisfied, guess what you do? You take it into action.
Yeah.
And then action does perform its work. Now you have took the full measure of sin upon yourself. Not only did you entertain it in thought, you made it action.
Mm-hmm.
And remember we talked about this yesterday. Christ did what? If you look after a woman and lust after her, you already committed what?
Sin in your mind. Adultery in your mind.
Because everybody else be like, well, technically, I didn't poke her.
Hmm.
And anybody playing that technical Israelite game with y'all, run. It's too late in the game for that. If you hate your brother in your heart, and he says, he who hates his brother is a murderer. How you hate your brother who you see and claim you love me that you don't see?
Yeah.
You are a murderer of your brother.
Yeah.
And a murderer has what in heaven? No place. So you can't be a Hebrew hater-like.
No. He said, hey, with a perfect hatred.
Perfect hate those who hate him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not hating without, you know, cause.
And then guess what the hate likely is? Because that person got something you want or did something that you couldn't have done. You know what I'm saying? It's unrighteousness. Yeah. I guarantee you, when you hate on somebody, man's guarantee is something that's unrighteous behind. I haven't seen a righteous hatred yet. Not from us in this corner world. But now we know we're supposed to shed what? Carnality.
Yeah.
How many more likes you get now, Diddy, with your Hebrew garments on than you did when you was corner? They blow you up now, don't you? Hey, beauty is what it is. And she ain't beautiful. That's my sister, y'all. That's my sister. I got to give her a hard time. It wouldn't be right. You hear me? She's a daughter of what? God. All right, let's get it.
6 again.
Whomsoever
abideth in him sinneth not.
Facts.
And whomsoever sinneth have not seen him,
or
nor know him.
That's facts right there.
Little children, let no man deceive you.
Remember, we're supposed to start at infancy. Makes sense. Ain't we his children?
Yeah.
So we should be like that. When we pray, we do our hands like this, right? You're reaching out for the Father. Let no man deceive you. That means deception is there.
Yeah.
The probability of being deceived is out there. Go ahead.
He that doeth righteousness is righteous.
Faith
even
and his works.
as he is righteous.
Let's keep going.
Verse 8. He that committed sin is of the devil.
How clear cut is that? Boy, your wife got that highlight out. Look at the pins over there going to that book, boy. That's what I got to call that one down again one day. People have folded their pages up, made a crease. Keep that one. So if people running around here tell you I'm a sinner saved by grace, they are
a liar, and the truth ain't in them.
They're children of the who?
The devil.
I let you rock with that. Have a great day. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff is save you from even arguing. If you're in a situation, you talking to somebody and all the fruits coming out their mouth is all wicked. Man, God, GD, me, man. I don't even have time to be around it. All right, let's go ahead and get it, bro.
He that committeth sin is of the devil.
Just that easy.
For the devil sinneth from the beginning. Sinneth from the beginning.
You read that in Ezekiel 28.
For this purpose, the Son of Elohim was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil.
And how does that make sense, y'all? Make it make sense. Because if Christ comes and he teaches you how to fight and destroy, because again, you have all the weapons to win this war. You gotta do is how Malaki always say, show up. And that's why. Because now don't take the law for face value. How many people gonna die with their fringes on and circumcision and knowing they Israel and still get the lake? But what he wanted you to understand how to fight this spiritual battle in the spiritual plane. So when you read Paul in Romans 7, he tell you his fight between his flesh and his spirit. But remember, we just read, in order to be pure, you must shed your what? Carnality, your flesh. So who should we be operating under the manner of? Flesh or spirit?
Spirit.
Y'all are children of light. Because you won't cater to you. That's why it's important to fast. Why is it important to fast? You just got it.
Get close to the
You close to your spirit and you deny your who?
Flesh.
You starve your flesh out. Oh, you hear that? He gets it. He got you. You take your flesh hostage. You take control. Let your flesh know you weaker than me. The spirit man wins. How you know that's true? How many times any of us fast? I know everybody in this room that I know have fast, because I know y'all. Fast and you get closer and closer to that day almost being over, boy. Well, I can't wait to get that sandwich, chicken, boy. That Drew be coming down your mouth, boy. That water be like this. because your body trying to make one last comeback to win. You see what I'm saying? But if you can resist it, and then you come at the back end, how you feel? I did it. And then actually, most of us I had noticed, like who fasted and went those great distances, like I could have did an extra day or two.
Yeah.
Just to see if I can do it. The longest one I heard on record is from a Hebrew friend of ours. You know what I'm saying? I think she went like 27, 28 days. Yeah, man. Man, that's total denial of self.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Let me get the next verse out.
Verse 9. Whomsoever is born of Elohim doeth not commit sin.
Now, you know the Most High ain't giving no literal childbirth to none of us in here. So we talk this has to be spiritual. If you are born of God, that's your profession, that's your confession. Profession means act, confession means acknowledgement. So should your walk reflect that, right? That's your deed, right? If you claim and say that you are of Elohim, why am I seeing sin about you? And I don't mean saying, well, I got a sip of wine in my cup, I'm a sinner. That's not a sinner. You see what I'm saying? Sin, if I catch somebody in somebody else's house, that's the other man's wife, and he know he Hebrew, that's a sinner. If I catch a Hebrew that I know they know it's true, and they sitting over there in somebody's wallet or going to somebody's locker or doing something like that, then I know that's a sinner. If I know there's somebody over here that's not keeping the Shabbat and keeping it holy, but know that they Israel, then I know that's a who? Sinner. And when you understand these things, you can see these things and half the time, Shalom, Shemai, how you be, sis? So you understand these things that you are not a partaker of sin, you're walking in pureness, and you know that you are of God because you don't commit sin. That's why he said, go and sin no more. Go ahead, bro. You can start at the top again. I probably killed it.
Yeah.
Verse 9.
Whomsoever is born of Elohim doeth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin.
He might sin.
Cannot
he
sin.
Chooses to sin.
Cannot sin.
He cannot sin. You are walking in the spirit of autopilot. Right? Now, I don't know if y'all watch TV. Yeah, we're going back there. There's a thing called Dragon Ball Z, right? So Goku, right? He's this great fighter. He goes Super Saiyan. Boom. Nobody ever did it in hundreds of years. Then he goes Super Saiyan 2. Boom. Well, he said he's growing in the spirit. Loving the battle against anything evil. That's his whole motto. His strength comes from fighting everything that's evil, that threatens the earth and its people. You know what I'm saying? And boom, he go 3. Then next thing you know, this boy go to what they call ultra instinct. Ultra instinct. This man fights and moves without a piece of thought. Bruce Leroy times 1,000. I'm talking about moving at sounds and speeds of light. Now, when he first did it, he didn't chip off. He did it. He burned through himself. When you be out here casting out, you be weak, tired right behind it. Be woe out. Burn through yourself because that's a lot of power. Especially when you first time you obtain it. But as you practice and you go, man, you know what I'm talking about? Man, I'm finna give y'all some, man. All right, I know y'all gonna say I'm going. Y'all need to see this. Go ahead and keep reading now.
Because he is born of Elohim. Verse 10. In this, the children of Elohim are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whomsoever doeth not righteousness is not of Yah.
Stop. You will never have to worry about judging a book by its cover because now you know. If they're not doing the will of Elohim, they are not of Yah. I don't care how much they let it run off their mouth. I don't care how many fringes they got on. I don't care how many feast days they show up to. I don't care none of that. Because the ones that's going to get judged and hit the hardest are the sons of the what? The circumcision. And the daughters. Let a tree fruit tell you what that person really is. You ain't got to guess at this thing no more. Now I want y'all to see this ultra instinct, man. Let me go ahead and play this. So you see, it's not a Hebrew thing, but just people when you walk in full power of your mind and your spirit when it's all wrapped in one.
And the ultra instinct aura surrounding him. This is what.
Damn it. Now I may actually regret this. But I've already made my decision. I'm going to pulverize.
So this is Super Saiyan. Now Vegeta, he figured out God mode. So there's a God mode. That's his God mode. That's the highest mode that any of them have ever reached before, was God mode. That's above the yellow and all the bigger hair and the long hair. You know, they used to be able to turn to a giant ape. It's total savage destruction, but they didn't elevate it higher. So this is God mode. And that's Vegeta high mode. He's just knocking power out the way. God mode. There's the mode above that.
We do
I'm tripping. I'm on Vegeta. I just tripped off of that.
Nah, man, you going off.
No, I ain't know it was Vegeta. It said Goku. Go ahead,
man. Oh yeah, okay. In the middle of verse 10. Neither he, not his brother. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another.
See there? So if you're around people that ain't talking about loving each other, every time you go around them, man, you heard what them cats talking about over there again. Oh man, them cats. But ain't we supposed to be loving them? Because the Bible actually says those who are causing division avoid them. Who professing godliness, but ain't showing it. I actually probably shouldn't be over here with you. I'm telling you, if you really walk in this spirit, you ain't got to worry about, listen, and it's not going to be a walk that has the greatest numbers. It was never dealing with Israel because it was greater numbers. It was never about quantity. It's always been about quality. Go ahead, bro. That was it?
Nah, that wasn't it. I'm just.
Oh, you precept on
another witness too after that. Where we at? Verse 12. Not as Cain, whom was of that wicked one.
Right, because Cain hated his brother. Hate. When it manifested because he didn't rebuke it, turned into what? Murder.
And slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil.
See there?
And his brothers righteous. Let me hit this other witness real quick.
Scoot over, little Joe.
Jason, scoot over. That wasn't him, that was Jason. Well, time for the judgment. Don't pout not. Boy, look at that boy lip like, oh, I'm finna die for his name's sake.
Here, I got a witness, man. I'm finna hit this Leviticus chapter 19. Okay, yeah, Leviticus 19. I'm gonna go down to 18, but I'm gonna start at 14. Yeah, I'll start at 14. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 14. Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shalt fear thy power. I am the Most High. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among the people. Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Most High. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer him sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Most High.
Just that simple, y'all. So while he going back to that John, I'm give y'all ultra instinct now. This is him fighting Jerry. What the? What just happened? Yes, that's the ultra instinct form right there. That's the highest, higher than any of the, all those guys up there. Those are different gods, gods of chaos, gods of destruction, all of the gods. They're sitting there watching this ultra tournament, this tournament of all universes fight to see who's the best. If your universe loses, your greatest warrior in your universe loses, your universe is wiped from existence. You know what I'm saying? You can call it like a judgment day fight. You see what I'm saying? But only the mightiest want to win. Now, mind you, he's from Earth. You see how fast he moves? Move right through him and knock the whole mountain down. She ain't even trying to just dodge it. You can tell a lot of power. You see a type of explosion behind it. And this is somebody from Earth defending Earth in that universe. Oh, flip a lot. That boy destroying half of that little predator right now. When he dodging all the fire, he going to the death lane. Walking in his full mode. Boy, he hit that boy so hard, knocked the mountains down.
Yeah.
That's enough, man. We've been here watching Dragon Ball Z for the rest of the class. We've been here watching. But all I'm saying is when you tap into that spirit of yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you obtain, because even when we saw the last dragon last night, when he went back, he said, Master, why did you send me looking for a master? And there ain't no master. He found some of them going with nothing but a machine. He said, look, man, there's only one place you have not looked. And it is there.
In your mind.
Only there shall you find the master.
It was in your mind.
And that's for all of us on this walk with the Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's inside of us. You are either the one who's going to cause you to rise above or fall beneath this thing. The kingdom of heaven is within.
Yeah.
Is it ink on paper? Do we believe? All right, so where we going now?
We was at verse 12. Are we going back there or are we going somewhere else?
You can go, you hit that last verse.
Okay.
Then we'll go on to the rest of the lesson.
All right. Verse 12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, sure. And slew his brother, and wherefore slew him, because his own works was evil, and his brother's was righteous. We can read that.
That's it. We're gonna go we finna go actually go over here to Deuteronomy 18 and 13.
Right.
So we're gonna see now everybody in this room claim to be the most high in Christ, right? So do me a favor, give me a sidetrack. Give me Revelations 14 and 12, right?
Okay.
And then we're going to Deuteronomy 18. We're going to Revelations 14 and 12, right? Because this should be, like, everybody asks me what's my faith or what my stand is according to the Bible. This is my go-to. This is my go-to. Just tell me what y'all think about it. 14 and 12. This is my profession. Whereas the Bible's profession that I adhere to. You see it?
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah,
now y'all looking out there, we all good? Let's get a number at 9. If we looking good out there online, I'm not able to watch right now. How we looking out there, Matt? Looking all right? All right, all praise.
Revelations chapter 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints.
Here is the full faith, patience, long suffering, endurance of the saints. Who are the saints of God, y'all?
One
Israel.
keep his commandments.
Exactly. The ones that he made a covenant with at the mountain in Psalms 50, right? Keep going.
Here are they that keep the commandments of Elohim and the faith of Yahshua.
That's your walk right there. If you claiming to be in this walk, you should be keeping the commandments of Elohim and the full faith of Yahushua, right? Faith, right? First must believe that he is. Abraham was attributed the friend of God by his faith. And his faith was also followed by his works. So his faith and his works were not dead. So even that it was that powerful, when you die, your hope is to go to Abraham's bosom. When you read Enoch, to where the righteous dwell. Unless you go to the sinners where it was slain, and then the sinners. You know what I'm saying? Now you understand how death goes when you die and you wait to judge. But I'd rather be in Abraham's bosom, who was the friend of God, where the righteous go, than to be over there where the sinners at, because what happened to those sinners? They're already tormented. Imagine which more torment comes when judgment comes. All right, so we got that. Now we're going to go to Deuteronomy 18. Boy, you need to go get a job with all that talking. As soon as the class going to bust you up.
Deuteronomy 18.
Here we go to verse 13.
All right.
Verse 9, all right. So we're going back to verse 9, y'all. 9 through 13. Total about. Ooh. Certain sins do that, don't it, man? You like me to get over making adjustments and stuff? I tell y'all one spirit, all praises. Y'all thinking the same. He was just saying it to you. Hallelujah. Love it.
What you want? Huh? Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9. When thou art come into the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
So how did y'all get into the place where now everything that this nation that captured you, enslaved you, raped you, spoiled you, destroyed you, how do you become everything that it is? Now you understand why I say today I call the majority of the black folks the Negropeans? You're just like your European counterpart. You are a melanated version of a European. You're more patriotic than them. But instead, you should be shedding that. You were commanded not to learn the ways of the other nations that surround you. Keep going.
Verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch.
See, people running around here listening to other people talking about, I got a vision. Did you? Did they keep the commandments? Have you seen him at the feast? Do they, you know what I'm saying, confess the blood of Yahushua? You dealing with enchanters then, because even Saul went and found the necromancer, right? When you went to Egypt, Moses was fighting in Egypt, he found people that can sit there and make a snake in wood out of a staff. The powers of darkness got power too, y'all. But there's a separating factor of what's in darkness and what's in light. Light is life. Darkness don't have that power. Keep going up.
Verse 11. Or a
so the people and spirits that's not of the Most High. The Negro will run to everybody for advice. They get into an argument with somebody. They call all their carnal friends. Girl, this nigga up here talking about he love the Lord. This nigga ain't doing what he's supposed to do. What is he supposed to do? What was your man of the Lord to know what a man of the Lord is supposed to do? Because I ain't never told none of my women what women of the Lord are supposed to do. I go to scripture and show. Do I got to tell them? No. Go ahead, Ash.
What gets me is the Hebrews that get mad if you make a racist slur against the heathen. But get quiet when the heathen say nigga.
Yeah.
Boy, ain't got no more smoke, huh?
No.
Remind me of that Malcolm X. He said,
people, that's racist. Are your points?
Yeah, it wasn't finished. Yeah, it wasn't finished.
I'm going to finish it out.
Yeah. With familiar spirits.
Yeah. Yeah, when you talking about the state council, somebody named Burton.
Yeah.
Like consulted with familiar spirits, somebody that's in league with them.
Yeah.
Right. But most of these people, what I'm saying is, from a let me use it like a psychiatrist.
No, I feel you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He wasn't done with the phrase.
He wasn't doing fresher than to finish it out. Salaki, my bad. Go ahead, read it again.
Verse 11 again.
Mm-hmm.
Or a charmer, or a consultant with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Most High. And because of this abomination, and because of these abominations, the Most High thy power doeth drive them out from before thee.
Because when he sent Abraham in, sent them in order to drive them out the land of Canaan. Right? When he sent Charlie, drive them out. Right? To give y'all a place where y'all could be free from all the surrounding abominations. Now, we are the most amalgamated, blend in, try to act like, be like everybody else. But what's crazy, even in our lowest state where we are right now, everybody still want to be like y'all. Froze, gold teeth, jewelry, mannerisms, pants sagging. Imagine if you was performing all righteous acts. You would have fixed the whole world. You would have, through the power of your God and his Messiah, which is our King. Keep going.
Verse 13.
Broke down the whole entire attributes of Satan's kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything he told you, stay away from.
Yeah.
That's Satan. You know what today is the occult. Or they say
witchcraft. No, you gotta use the bathroom. So
he just broke down all the attributes of Satan's kingdom. Now, if the Most High wasn't real, Satan and his kingdom wouldn't exist. There would be no such thing as witchcraft.
Right.
There would be no such thing as a necromancer or a warlock or a wizard. You feel me? Like how do the enemies of the Most High exist, but he don't exist?
Makes no sense.
He got enemies. If he got enemies, then he must exist.
Yeah.
So the very things he told you to stay away from. Somebody said, well, look, that God in that Bible don't exist, but you believe in voodoo. You believe that's real.
Don't they?
You believe in Santeria. You believe in all the so-called heathen customs and how they summon them dark spirits.
Yeah.
You are palm readers.
Ouija
you believe
boards.
in psychics, Ouija boards, tarot cards.
That's what I was talking about.
You feel me? You believe in all that. But then you got the nerve to turn around and say the Most High don't exist. Well, his enemies wouldn't exist if he didn't exist. He just ran down all the attributes of Satan's kingdom that you were commanded to stay away from. In the book of Acts, when they seen the power of the Holy Spirit come through, that means they went to all their books that they had concerning all that he just read and burned all of them.
Yeah.
Burned every last book concerning the occult or black magic or Satanism. Again, if The Most High didn't exist, his enemies would. Who are the enemies of the Tooth Fairy? Tooth Fairy don't exist.
Right.
She don't have enemies because the Tooth Fairy is a fable. But the Most High's enemies wouldn't be out here going hard the way they going hard. Erecting statues to Baphomet all over the United States. Walking in with black robes, saying seances to Satan and everything. If the Most High was a fable, why does his enemy exist?
And attacking his people. And attacking his people.
In other words, an enemy is something or anything that's in opposition to you. How does he have an adversary if he don't exist? Don't make sense. So everything he told you to stay away from was everything that has to do with Satan's kingdom. And people to this day are practitioners of all that stuff.
Man,
they just made practitioners. Look, if it's a game, they just made legal in Egypt. Y'all know necromancy is sex magic dealing with a dead corpse, a corpse. They just made necromancy legal in Egypt up to 72 hours after your spouse died. You can still go in there and have sexual relations.
What?
And it's called necromancy. They named it. Look, that means a body of legislators got together and drew up a law and declared what the Most High called abomination lawful. Stop it. So you can't say he's not real. You feel me? If his enemies exist and people on this earth are passing policy to what? To further Satan's kingdom. You can lay with your dead spouse up to 72 hours after they dead and get your thing off.
I'm say, nigga, please.
We're saying this.
This nigga's ill. Where we at, verse 13?
Boy, that boy beyond gone.
All right, verse 13. Thou shalt be perfect. Thou shalt be perfect with the Most High thy power.
Is that ink on paper? Or is that a commandment of God? So one of them, that's a commandment. So stop saying I can't be perfect or nobody can be perfect. That's a straight power of the enemy to make you stop trying to obtain. That's what that is. And we already know what it is.
Strong's H, 8549. Tamim.
So again, to be perfect is to be complete, whole, entire, and sound. Right? Sound and helpful. Right? Entire and of time. Wholesome, unimpaired. Remember, innocent. Remember, sin, iniquity is what caused Satan to fall. That's why he lost his perfection. That's why we lost our perfection. That's why Adam lost his perfection. So continued sin are people who tell you that you can't do it, right? Have you thinking, because you said if there's a man thinking, so he be, right? So if a man don't think he can, he'll never can obtain it. You should be training yourself in your mind, daily exercising the walk of perfection, right? To be found innocent according to the Most High and have full integrity. All right.
Verse 14.
Verse 14, yeah. I know you want to finish.
Okay. For these nations which thou shalt possess hearkened unto observers of time and unto diviners. But as for thee, the Most High thy power have not suffered thee so to do.
So like we talked about from earlier, no more he's taking away marriage is. Because you understand what marriage really was, you wouldn't do as much. You wouldn't ain't no casual sex scriptures.
No, once you lay with her, she yours.
Cause I sure don't want her.
Yeah, straight up. We ain't
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't supposed to be doing that.
But that's why all these diseases.
Yeah.
Order, man.
They say you're not supposed to turn the daughters of Israel's into harlots.
Or prostitutes, sons or daughters.
You're doing them and leaving them alone. What you doing? Setting up for the next person to come through and have his turn with them.
Wickedness.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't supposed to be doing it.
All right. So let's go ahead and hit this on Matthew 5. And let's see, even in the New Testament, is it something that's unobtainable or it's something we see throughout this whole Bible? Because a lot of people don't never take you to all these different scriptures. Go ahead, Ash.
And the piggyback off of,
Lamb back.
Malachi said,
To lamb back.
Lamb back.
Lamb back.
lamb back, I'm sorry. But even people, they don't even understand when they going to dig other people rocks on in their head, this voodoo. And then
Why are you taking that on? I agree with
you
you.
wonder why you start acting with them. Even like he said it like that, the white boy that
You got that heart
how
transplant?
he start acting like black people. I've had people offering me hundreds of dollars for just 4 inches of my rocks. No. Like that's voodoo. You saw somebody else her dead cells that came and blew out their scalp in your head, and you wonder why you don't have a set mind, or you starting to act different, or it's voodoo. You saw somebody else start they journey, they roots in your head.
And you know what? That makes sense, because if you ever, watch some of these old movies or even just ran across it, when you're dealing with voodoo, what they do, take a piece of your hair and tie it onto a doll, and then they vex you with it.
Yeah.
It's something about it. You see what I'm saying? So what you think about blood transfusions? I'll let y'all think about that. There's other ways of getting yourself together. But for me and Miles, all I tell you, me and Miles, I don't do
it. I even had somebody asked me, where did I get my hair from? I'm like, my scalp.
You brought it from the stove. You see what we had at Matthew 5:48?
Matthew 5, yeah.
And this red letter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Christ speaking. So listen, the question again I asked, is Christ lying? Is the Bible a lie? Is the Torah a lie? The Torah says you can be perfect. We seeing righteous men, Noah, we seeing, who else we saw? Well, we hit David, but Job, we know about Job, we know about Abraham. You see what I'm saying? We seeing all throughout the Bible that we are commanded to be perfect. Let's see what the Messiah says about this perfect thing.
Do you want to just go all straight to 48?
No, it's Matthew chapter 5:48. Yep, last verse.
Last verse. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So do you think Christ is lying? Just tell me right now, if Christ is alive, then he ain't your Messiah, then it's all over. Why would Christ tell you this if it was not obtainable? See what I'm saying? You've been sold a lie that no man can do it. No one's perfect. No one you around is perfect, because you still doing the things that you do. That ain't what this Bible say. Give me 1 Corinthians 2:6. A few one-liners and I'll be wrapping this up.
Yeah, you accept defeat in that mindset.
That's exactly what it is. You accept defeat.
1 Corinthians 2:6.
You wouldn't win.
1 Corinthians 2:6.
Because you have to have a level of confidence when you're in competition or you're in war. You feel me? Floyd Mayweather ain't get that good thinking he couldn't win.
Straight up.
I'm probably gonna lose. He ain't even let that come across his mind.
You gotta practice so you can have confidence in holding your will.
Yeah, you gotta. Can't be like, I'm probably gonna lose. I'm gonna fight anyway.
Who even going to do the promoter's gonna even talk like that?
And boy, you gonna get toe out the front.
You on? Okay. 6.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 2:6. Go ahead. Spirit team, go ahead. Let me know. I can let the people know where we going. We're going to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. I want 6.
Go ahead.
But my brother say he might see something he want to bring out.
Give him a little meat, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just hitting with some one line.
Go ahead. I get the one line. Okay, what you finna say, woman? Go ahead. All right. Look, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 6. Howbeit, we speak wisdom among them that are perfect.
That are what?
That are perfect.
Wait. So this is Paul talking wisdom to people that are, he's talking to the Israelites in Corinth, right? He said, listen, howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect. So that must be a group of people he's talking to that's considered to be what? Have you ever saw this scripture before? You read it a million times. Have you ever saw this scripture we just read about Christ saying, be ye perfect? As your Father in heaven is perfect? Do you know in the dietary law in Leviticus chapter 11:44, turn and look. Right in the dietary law it tells you, be ye perfect. In the Torah, which is dietary law, even in your diet, be perfect. Perfection, whole, complete. Go ahead, Doc.
Yet not the wisdom of this world.
So you have to shed, remember to be pure is to do what? Shed all carnality. So you can't obtain and keep the wisdom of this world and be there with the Most High. Keep going.
Nor of the princes of this world.
And you know, they could be, you know, even figuratively, the adversary, the powers, the principalities. Go ahead.
That come to naught.
Right. Go ahead, read the next verse.
But we speak the wisdom of Yahweh in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which Elohim ordained before the world unto our glory, which none of the princes of this world knew.
Ooh-wee. So wisdoms of this world don't have no wisdoms of God in them at all. Keep going.
For had they knew it, they would not have crucified the master of glory.
Flat out. That's it right there. Give me Philippians 3:15. Yep. Philippians 3:15. Well, you can find us probably here about one more scripture after this, y'all. Then we'll go ahead and head on up out of here. Philippians 3:15, and then you know we find us good Psalms to get on out with. All right, y'all. Let me get Yahoo if y'all get some understanding, man. Listen, we've been taught too long that we can't walk this walk perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody level up false charges on you. If you have not transgressed the law of God and your faith of God and his Messiah is sincere and you have that solid integrity between you and him, don't let nobody lay up on you. Listen, the world gonna talk about you. Oh, man, think he too good to come over here for the holidays. Yes, I am. I'm perfect. Get all arguments that NehemiYAH used to get. Hey, man, remember how houses used to go in an uproar when I said that, didn't it, bro? Boy, I used to have big wars in Israel, boy,
yeah, I was
being perfect.
I
see,
tell you.
See that? You're my brother. You ain't missing.
You perfect, boy.
So what do you say now?
Yeah, hey, I can see it's obtainable. And we are perfect.
Yeah,
I see.
You hear me? Self-profess. And look, did it? Yahoo! That's right. Yeah. Hebrews was mad at me, boy. Perfect. Oh. Go ahead.
All right. Philippians chapter 3, verse 15. Let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus be thus minded, and if in anything ye be otherwise minded, Elohim have revealed even this unto you.
Next verse.
Nevertheless, whereto we have already obtained, let us walk by the same rule. Let us mind the same thing.
Did y'all catch what is being said? Let us therefore, as many, be perfect. Yeah. Be perfect. Be thus minded. And if anything ye be otherwise minded, go holler at Abba. He'll give it to you. Right? But nevertheless, whereto we have already attained it. These men understood.
Yeah.
To be perfect, to shed off my carnality, to walk in the full power of the Spirit. Yeah, let's talk. Because these men were talking in that mindset. The mindset that they already are moving in the perfect will of the Father. But ain't that what Christ did? Moved in the perfect will of who?
His Father.
Be the same, y'all. One more. Give me.
Keep reading on down real quick.
Keep reading. Let's get it.
Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example.
So you're supposed to be marking those. You know the scripture that say mark those that cause division. But now you see the scriptures where it says mark those who walk like us in perfection.
Yeah. That's what I was just reading down to.
Yeah, go ahead, please do.
Read Hebrews 12 and 23.
All right.
Going to Hebrews 12 and 23.
Gotcha.
And then chapter over Hebrews 13 21.
Okay, 12 and 23.
12, 23, 13, 21.
All right, 13, 21. All right. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 23.
Oh, hold on.
All right.
Let it go. All right, so we're going to Hebrews 12, 23.
You say what?
Hebrews 12, 22.
Okay, I got you. All right. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 22. Be ye, but ye are come unto Mount Zion, and unto the city of the living power, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to an innumerable company of angels.
Boy, he's speaking high. Boy, you came to the city of Zion, the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem.
Everybody go, right?
That's where everybody go to get to the heavenly Jerusalem.
To the general assembly and church of the firstborn,
which is Yahshua HaMashiach,
which are written in the heaven, and to Elohim, the judge of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect,
made fallible, made
perfect.
So as a power God, nah, he can't make nobody perfect. Wait a minute, I'm telling. So now we gonna have to add a step. Is Christ line, be ye perfect as my Father in heaven is perfect? Or are we gonna be saying that God is a liar for him making men perfect? And are we gonna call Paul a liar for saying that we have obtained this? We speak to that with wisdom to those who are perfect. Only reason why I'm speaking, because listen, you've been taught wrong. You've been taught that it's unattainable. You can't do it. And you know, because I'm telling you, the only thing a person's gonna do is try to bring up your past. We all used to be something. That's it. But we just read in there Romans 3:25. When you come to Christ, all things are gone. You are forgiven of all sins past. Let your walk from that day forward be on point. You see what I'm saying? And then all praise to the Most High gave you a day of atonement in his law. And if you do fall off, pray, petition the heavens like you ain't never did before, that he might forgive you and wipe that slate clean. And walk even a tighter ship the next year. That's it. So we're going next chapter.
Chapter 13. I got you. Chapter 13, verse 20 and verse 20. Now, the power of peace, the Elohim of peace, that brought again from the dead our master Yeshua, that great shepherd of the sheep, through the blood of the everlasting covenant, maketh you perfect, make you perfect, make you perfect in every good work.
In every what?
Good work to do his will. Working in you that which is well pleasing.
Well pleasing.
In his sight. Through Yeshua Mashiach, to whom be glory forever. and ever. Amen.
Ever.
Yeah.
I don't even want to. I want to end it right there. Amen. What? He gets it. He's highlighting the way over here. He gets it. Let's get it, boy. This boy. Hey, I love it. You might as well hit that James. Give me that James 1:4. You say Colossians 1:8, 28. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Colossians 1:28.
Man, listen. Now you're seeing it. Now the scriptures are jumping off the page. Then now that perfection in this walk can be obtained. Once you obtain it, ultra instinct. You walk on automatic with this. You get up in the morning, the righteous woman has set forth the house even before her handmaids. Get everything together. Ain't that what a normal would happen? You know what I'm saying? Set things in order. The husband set things in order the way he supposed to. The families go do what they got to do, come back together. You done fought the whole world the whole day. Y'all done won. Call it a night and start over again. But the whole thing is to have your focus fit on the kingdom. Because when you are here, bro, it's on the other side of that door, it's not our kingdom. But if you walk perfect, most of your enemies will even avoid you. Ever chip off when people can see like that spirit of God on you? Now, when you was carnal, boy, you had every man at your girl. I don't even know how y'all do it. I don't even know. I know y'all get tired of that. That Hawkalites. Cuckoo. Hey, Gab. Yahoo. He gonna Yahoo a woman. Yahoo. What, baby? Go ahead.
Now, it's not a good thing, and I don't want anybody else to do this. I was in the store one day, I had my earphones in, I was listening to my Hebrew music. I was so into it, like, and I'm like, I would normally be paying more attention to my surroundings. I was not paying attention at all. The worker came up to me, she's like, oh, you have to leave, you just got robbed. I'm like, what? Like, are you for real? She's like, yeah, we just got robbed at some point. And thinking back on it a few minutes before that, I'm like, wow. I think the dude just walked past me just a few minutes before she came up to me. Like, he had literally walked past me. And when my other sister came up there a few days later and was talking to her, she was like, yeah, he paced the store and he didn't bother her because she wasn't tripping on him.
Wow. Hey, look, you serve a mighty God. We just read a God that will vindicate you. Right? Remember, Noah was a just man, a righteous man. If you, and listen, you in there doing righteous things or whatever, do whatever you can. That whole danger avoided her like the plague. That's that proverbial hedge around you. That's what Job had around him before, you know, Satan was given permission to make an attack. The hedge had to be removed. The enemy see that power on you. Hey, look, had you focused on him and not on them, and you were protected. And listen, everything happened for the perfect will of him that loved him. So that was an excellent testimony in my book. Where we did Colossians 1:28. 1:28. Yeah.
Colossians 1:28. Whom we preach, warning every man.
Warning every man, rebuke, warn.
And teaching every man in the wisdom, in all wisdom.
Hey, did you ever chip off of this? Wherever we've been reading wisdom, we've been reading about perfection.
Yeah.
Wisdom, perfection.
Yeah.
You got it.
And that we may present every man perfect in Mashiach Yeshua.
Did anybody understand? Was that easy? We don't have to go into no breakdowns. So. All right, go ahead and read the next one. So go ahead. Whereunto.
Whereunto I also labored.
See, labor was that faith along with the works.
Mm-hmm. Striving according to his working, which worketh in me mightily.
Mightily. Hallelujah.
James.
James 1:4. That James 1 I've been passing out for the last couple of days. And I've been sending that out like a couple of days. That James 1 just jumps out at me.
James 1 and 4.
Yeah, and we'll close out with this. James 1 and 4.
James chapter 1, verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Wanting everything.
Nothing.
So let patience have her perfect work. Ain't wisdom considered a her too? I was going. I just wanted to. All right. They want to hurt. Go ahead, talk about her a little bit more.
If any of you lack wisdom,
or lack her, okay.
Lack wisdom, let him ask Elohim,
just read
that giveth to all men liberty and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
So whatever he give you, don't try to unbraid it or loosen it or twist it to conform your understanding, right? So Lord told me I'm supposed to do this, but let me start unbraiding what he said. See if I can get this to fit. No, leave it the way it is. Hard. Straight to the point. You had some, Jazz?
No, I was just thinking.
What you said? What you understand? Can you be perfect? Is it obtainable? Can a walk be done? That's all I'm saying. Jason, you want to live to see tomorrow? Walk perfect then. Praise the mighty Yah. There you go, right here. Is it?
Yeah, I was just looking at it, pulling up them definitions and stuff.
Oh, you gotta go up here to Strong's right here, right? And click on the Strong's, and then you'll see the numbers pop in.
Okay,
then you stand down.
See what that is. Upbraid.
All right. So Gid want us to look up upbraided. All right. We'll click on it and you hit the little sound. You're here, turn it up.
Strong's G 3679. Anaidizo.
I ain't finna try that Greek be Greek. So it means to reproach, unbraided, revile, of deserved reproach, of undeserved reproach, to revile, to upbraid, cast, favors, receive in one's teeth. What's to your face?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Hopefully everybody got some understanding. So I'm going to go ahead and type the question in the room just to see if we got some understanding, a little taste. Total bye, everybody, for y'all arms. Greatly appreciate. I just seen it. So the question I present to the room before I leave: can we obtain / walk in perfection?
It's like a perfect will of God. Yes.
YAHUDAHS.
It is obtainable. He said, just say it. You ain't got to type it.
Can we walk in the perfect will of the Most High? Perfect. Can we do this walk? I should have typed it. He said no. That's the business him. All right, y'all. So that's the question on the table. Hopefully y'all got an answer. Dino, I'm gonna get you that those feast days dates. All right. Psalms who? Psalms 19.
Get them up, little jokers. Get them up. Get them up. Get them up.
Okay. Well, you know, take your time. You got to get up.
Get them done.
Oh, okay. I can put it right here. You want to put it right here? I got you. You want a long one?
I'm already done.
Ooh.
19 the longest.
She gave the longest Bible verse in the Bible. I thought she said 119. I was like, ooh.
Get them up. Get them up, young man. Get them up.
Oh,
Hey, man,
I
was trying to warn you, man. I stepped back.
All the way up. All the way up.
Where you going? You're going too far away.
Trying to walk closer to the east.
Get them arms up, you bro. Get them up. Get them up. Get them up. Get them up. Get them shoulders strong. Let's get it.
All right, Psalms chapter 19, Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of Elohim, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Day unto day utter speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words are to the ends of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle of the sun, which is as the bridegroom cometh, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. He goeth forth as from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Most High is perfect.
That's right.
Converting the soul. The testimony of the Most High is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Most High are righteous, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Most High is pure, enlightening the eye. The fear of the Most High is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Most High are true and upright altogether. More to be desired are they than gold. Yeah. Than much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is the servant warned, and in keeping of them there is a great reward.
Hallelujah.
Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults.
That's right.
Keep back my saints also from presumptuous sin. Let them not have dominion over me.
That's right.
Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and my meditation and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thine sight.
Let's get it.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
My strength.
Come on.
My redeemer. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Selah. Yahoo.
Yahoo.
I got
All right, man. I hope everybody got a good understanding about this walk in sincerity and spirituality, shedding all your carnality. Just make sure and understand that that's the way you obtain the way to be pure. So, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and sign up out here. Everybody got anything they want to add or say? Can you do it? All right, y'all. Shalom is down. Most High bless y'all in the rest of this day. Most High willing, we'll see you soon.